Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caress, also known as Perfectly Imperfect. And if you are new here, baby, we sew on vibes alone. We don't follow rules because your girl doesn't know any rules. I know you're like, girl, why are you wearing your pajamas? I'm wearing them because I'm actually going to use my pajama pants as a pattern. See my pants? Sorry. They're just regular pajama pants, but I like how they fit. And pajama pants are a really simple pattern. I'm going to use my pajama pants as a pattern to create this jumpsuit. I'm using 2.5 yards of fabric. Of course, your regular scissors, pins, measuring tape. I'm also using 1-inch elastic, and we need to take some quick measurements. So this is a tube top. Measure above your butt. Measure your waist. Your girl's at 30 right now. Find out I'm losing a couple lbs. The last measurement is around your ankle. I don't think y'all can see my ankle, but let's see the measurement. 10 inches. Write those measurements down and keep them to the side. We're going to need them later. Listen, you're going to have a good time because that's what we do over here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Girl, tell your mama, tell your friend, tell your cousin. We're trying to grow over here. Let's get started. You'll need 3 yards of fabric, tailor's chalk, a random marker, rubber band, elastic, and your pajama pants. Fold your fabric hot dog and then fold your pants where you're only seeing the front leg of the pant. Take your time and make sure it's laid flat because, baby, we're making a pattern. That's a tailor's chalk pencil and a random marker. Put a rubber band around the chalk and the marker. That way, we're going to create about a 1/2 inch seam allowance with that marker. You're going to drag the marker around the perimeter of your pant, and that creates your seam allowance. The tailor's chalk is the line that you're going to cut. The marker gives you that 1/2 inch seam allowance. Cute little hack. Once you trace one leg, flip your pant over to the back leg because your front of your pant and your back of your pant is not the same. Flip it to the back, and then you're going to do the same thing using the same technique. Go ahead and cut out your pants legs once you've done that. I started with scissors because I actually enjoy cutting, but my hand has been acting up, so I had to switch over to my electric cutter. You don't need one, you can use scissors. I'm just old and my hand started to hurt. Now you're going to take one front and one back, lay them right sides together. The wrong side of the fabric should be exposed. Start pinning with the crotch. Pin all the way down from the crotch to the bottom of the leg. And then on the outside, you're going to pin all the way down. Okay, so boom, your pants should look like this. Go ahead and do it to the other leg. Now we've got 2. Make sure that you're stitching down the sides where the pins are, but don't stitch the top of the pant. Girl, don't do that. All right, I went to the machine, I stitched it together. You should have done the same thing. Turn one pants leg right side out. And then you're going to take the right side out pant leg and stuff it inside the wrong side. Just watch me do it. Shove it in there. Boom, boom, boom. You're lining up the crotch, and then you're pinning the 2 crotches together. Always start at the crotch so that your lines add up. You don't want a crooked crotch. Pin all the way around, as I just did, and then take that to the machine and stitch it. And then I'm just turning the pants right side out. While I'm doing that, if you're using a stretch fabric, use a zigzag stitch. If you're using a non-stretch, you can go ahead and use a straight stitch. All right, so we are turning those pants right side out. Look at that, super easy. I'm measuring the top of my now made pants so that I can make a tube top. For me, I believe it was like 18 inches across and down that I wanted my tube top to be. So I did that, used the tailor's chalk to measure that measurement or cut that measurement, draw that measurement, whatever. Then you're going to cut it out. This piece right here is going to be your tube top. Once you've cut that out, pin the sides together, and you're going to take it to the machine, stitch it together via zigzag or whatever. I'm using a serger. Once it's stitched together, you're going to stuff your pants inside your tube top. Just stuff it on in, all the way down. And you're going to pin together at the seams, so everything is lined up and looks polished. Pin together the top of your tube to the top of the pants. That's going to become your waistline. And I know pinning takes time, but take the time to do it. Line up your seams, use your pins. It will be absolutely worth it in the end when you have a polished, finished looking garment. All right, head over to the machine, stitch that all the way around, and we have attached the tube top to the pants. It's already looking like a romper. Look at us. All right, we're flipping that romper back down. I only flipped it up so you could see because we want to place our elastic around the seam that we just created. Remember those measurements that you took? Whatever your waist measurement is, subtract 1 inch and then cut your elastic. We're going to use a straight basting stitch. That means put your stitch length on 4. Start at your side seam, either on the left or the right, and pin your elastic to that side seam. We want everything to look polished and together. Place your romper inside the machine right where you're going to start sewing your elastic. Make sure the needle is in the down position because we need to pull the elastic. We're creating tension. Remember, this is a straight stitch, basting stitch, so the width is on 4. Pull your elastic, hold it in place, stitch a little bit. Try to make sure that your pulls are consistent. And remember, you're stitching this fabric right on top of your waist seam. Now to the top of our romper, our tube, we need to add our 1 inch elastic. And since the elastic is 1 inch, in order to create a channel that fits the elastic, we need to measure 2.5 inches. So there's 1 1/2 inches on each side of our fold. That gives us enough space for our elastic and enough space to stitch. Pin all the way around, and then you can use, I went ahead and used like a 3. You're still using a straight stitch. I used a bodkin. Now I'm using the word bodkin, but I normally call it a thingy, to string my elastic through. Once you string it through, you can use a zigzag stitch back and forth to close out your elastic, to complete the circle. That makes sense. And then boom, there is the top of your tube top, or the top of your jumpsuit, romper, whatever you want to call it. I wanted my romper to have the jogger pant feeling at the ankle. You don't have to add elastic, but if you want to, use the same technique that you use for the top, the tube top. Just do the same thing for each ankle. And bow. I love the elastic gather at the bottom, elastic waistband, elastic top. Oh, she going outside. All right, bye.